Good morning to all of you, and welcome to the webinar dedicated to solutions by vertical market. The title of our webinar is MY21 Hospitality Devotion. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Dario Vitali, and I am the branch manager of Eelectron Dubai. My purpose today is to introduce to you our latest innovations in the hospitality solutions. I will be supported by my colleagues, Paolo Segu, our KNX expert evangelist, and Andrea Pontolio, our product specialist. The agenda of today includes a briefing about our story and values, as well as an introduction to our latest additions in the portfolio for hospitality. This sector is undergoing a quick digital transformation even before the event. We all know. Therefore, we are continuing our modernization and ability to enable digital applications through data generated by our solutions. In the last session, Initiatives and Conclusions, you will see our new marketing tools designed for supporting your activities. After that, we will kindly ask you to join in a Q&A session and a very quick feedback survey. Let's now turn on the story and facts. Eelectron is a family company founded in 1994 and is based in Milan, with more than 750 guest room management systems installed all over the world, controlling more than 36,000 rooms in hotels, residential, condominium, and public projects. We do manufacture and ideate our products in Italy, and our solutions are suitable for simple to premium projects such as offices, hotels, hospitals, and so on. We have offices in Spain, UAE, Asia. That makes possible our solutions to be sold and installed in more than 80 countries with 100% testing in our factory and with full assistance that goes from the design phase to the after sales. Eelectron has been a member of the KNX Association since 2005, participating actively in the KNX Technical Board, issuing certified KNX training, being an official KNX training center. Our devices comply to the KNX certification standard issued from accredited German laboratories. With a strong development of products and with an eye on customization, Eelectron continues to delivering its path of innovation, following its evolution on KNX protocol and new technology. We are following our roots as always, the evolution of automation. Now let's go to a short overview of our presence in hospitality as technology provider. First of all, it has to be said that hospitality is not only related to hotels, but resorts, vacation villages, student houses, bed and breakfast, and rented apartments, for example, sometimes with no permanent reception desk. In addition to that, we see the growth of senior living houses due to the aging trend in several areas. You can see in the bottom part of this slide some key numbers taken from our presence in this sector as installations in terms of hotels, guest rooms, and installed devices. This is a true example of our experience in this sector. We have constantly invested, being now at the 4th generation of applied technologies for the guest experience and staff support, with reliable products, easy to install, maintain, and expand. We're proud to expose installations in 80 countries as a result of an international presence and impeccable services. I'd like to move on now to describe how Eelectron evolves the guest experience and support it for the hotel staff, providing a customer advantage to our system integrators and distributors that promote our hospitality portfolio. Soon we will return to travel and visit hotels. We all know the meaning of the best welcome, easy check-in, easy access to a room, feeling the appropriate comfort. This also means to get healthy hotels as well as mobile applications as new tools to really leave the hotel with autonomy and reduce contacts. As hotel manager, owner, or real estate investor, maybe franchise with a major hotel chain, you are operating 24/7. So solution must be reliable, flawlessly operating as integrated solution to simplify and accelerate the overall process from check-in to check-out, for example, while energy efficiency contributes to optimize operating costs, room rental rate, as well as sustainability. Another true message for a greener world. And now for a healthier environment. To practically show the exposed concept, let me introduce to our KNX guru, Paolo Segu, who will drive you through all the news in our portfolio. Please, Paolo. Thank you.
Thank you, Dario, for introducing me. So let's start with my first slide. Okay, let's start showing what we are offering today for guest experience. And we like to start with the readers, but we will talk later more deeply for the readers. So this is the equipment that we can find in a standard room. Next to the reader, as soon as the guest enters into the room, he usually has to control the HVAC system, and the room controller can be one of the 9025 range thermostat, or maybe a small touchscreen with a dedicated HMI can help the guest to set the desired set point and HVAC control. Next to the room controller, we have the multi-sensor. And this is not a simple multi-sensor, because you have to understand that what we are offering is a complete equipment capable to grab some information like temperature, humidity, and other details that will be very useful to be collected by a BMS. Some keypads complete the equipment of the rooms, and we have different technology. We can offer components based on different technologies, like the 3025 range, it's a mechanical switch, or the 9025 range is a capacity switch. Or we still have the Eelecta version of the keypad, very nice and easy to use, let me say. I would also like to spend some words about the bedside panel. The bedside panel is a keypad. Up to 10 channels can be enabled on the keypad, but the most important feature is the capability to install up to 2 sockets. And as reported in the picture, one of the 2 sockets is used as a charger station for your mobile phone. Today is a must for hotel equipments. But we have also other devices that complete the installation of a room, and some of them are beside the scenes. So we have the module device, for example, to manage the light inside the room. And we can have gateway to DALI technology. We can use face cutting dimmer, power dimmer, 1 to 10 voltage dimmer, DMX gateway, or direct LED drivers to control as a PWM module. Don't forget that our keypads can be customized with pre-designed icons, or for sure we can accept your home design. We can use icons, but also the glass can be also laser engraved for a very special effect. We are compatible with many in-wall boxes. Here in the picture, we show the rectangular, the standard. It's an Italian standard, let me say the rectangular one, but we are also compatible with the round box, British version. And let me show you that next to the 2-module version, so the squared version of our 9025 version, we have also the rectangular one that is capable to cover exactly the 3-module in-wall box. If the end user don't like the idea to have a capacity switch, but is more traditional and want to use a conventional switch, we can have a binary interfaces called so a small KNX device capable to be interfaced with conventional switches. An important part of the system is managed by the multi-sensor. That is not only a presence detector, but he can collect different information. And 2 of them with smart probe are CO2 and VOC. Very interesting today for wellness and safety in the rooms. The multi-sensor, the standard color is white, but remember that can be also colored as you prefer on request. All these devices are based on KNX standard. And we have also special devices dedicated to HVAC control. In our portfolio, we have an actuator for heating and cooling that is based on triac. It means it's very silent in terms of noising. We have also standard fan coil, universal fan coil controllers with analog input and output. This is the main characteristic of this device, but we can still use our universal F-series actuator to manage all the function of the room. Simple lights, some shutter, for example, and also can be used as a fan coil controller. One of the main characteristics of the F-series, remember, is the capability to be equipped with an SD card. And the valve actuator, PD21. In the upper part of the slide, you can see what is called HMI. So some sensor for temperature, humidity, CO2, our room controller, again based on 9025 version, and the touch screen that can be fully customized in terms of function and user interface. But now let's move the focus on the access control systems. And the first device that I want to introduce you is the reader. The gamma of access control is composed mainly by readers and holders. Here we see the reader in black and white version with different customization and the transponder holder. These new devices belongs to the same range of 9025 keypads. And one important feature of this device is the RGB bar present in the middle of the device. Remember, the RGB bar is a very intuitive indicator for guest feedback. Readers are not only designed to grant the access to a hotel room, but can be used also with other functions. For example, can grant the access to suites, apartments, offices, and in common areas, what we call common areas, like swimming pool, gyms, garage, and so on. Let me show you some technical details about new readers and holders. The first one is the RFID technology. We have moved to the previous version that was based on 125 kHz to the new technology, MyFair. Today, MyFair is a standard based on 13 MHz. We have also onboard a battery to prevent malfunction in case of a power supply failure. We are compatible with many in-wall boxes, as for the other devices, rectangular or round wall boxes. It's an integral part of the KNX automation because these devices are based on KNX technology. And a very big work has been done about the ETS application that now we can say that it's more complete and more powerful. We can trace up to 7 different profiles for the cards, but I think what is very interesting to say right now is that this new device can work in legacy mode, means that they can work as the previous version, or can be using parameters and function, can work in a complete new way. How we approach the access control on KNX. The first step to be done is to encode a card. So write on the card some information to make it recognizable by the readers and holders. Second step for the end user, for the guest, is to open the door, swiping the card in front of the reader. Third step is to insert the card into the card holder to enable all the services of the room. We have different accessories to manage the access control. The most used for sure is the cards, but we can also provide key holder or wearable like Fitband. And the use of MyFair technology open a lot of opportunity to make it possible for the same card to be used also with POS systems or with third-party systems that are present in the hotel. Customization matter means that today the access control devices can be customized according to your requirements. Put in the room number, for example, put in different icons in the lower part of the devices. We have up to 3 buttons in the lower part that can be customized as you prefer, or put in the hotel logo. Let's spend a few words about how to install these devices. The transponder reader is installed outside the room and has to be used just to grant the access to the guest into the room. But with the new version and with the presence of the RGB bar, we can also send a lot of feedback outside the room. The transponder holder is installed into the room, and putting the card into the holder, we can enable all the services of the room. Next to these 2 devices, we need other devices to manage the room at the end. And now let's see a live demo about access control.
Good morning. Today I will introduce you to the new access control system made by Eelectron. For this demo we will use our demo case. The demo case is equipped with 2 devices, the transponder reader and the transponder holder. The transponder reader will be installed outside the room. Instead, the transponder holder will be installed inside the room. Now, I'm going to show you what happens for the guest after receiving the pre-encoded card by the receptionist. The guest will approach his room, and as soon as he swipes the card in front of the reader, immediately he gets a valid access for his room. Entering the room, the guest has to put the card into the card holder to enable all the services of the room. When the guest will leave the room, removing the card from the holder, after a predefined period of time, all services will be disabled. In some situations, it could be preferable to have a wearable instead of a card, but it reacts in the same way. Let's see what the guest can experience in his room interacting with the transponder holder. The transponder holder is equipped with 3 buttons in the lower part of the device. The leftmost button is the Make Up Room request. Pressing the button, the green light is turning on, showing me that a Make Up Room request has been turned on. Immediately on the transponder reader located outside my room, a Make Up Room icon shows for the housekeeper that a request has been made. The transponder holder is equipped also with the D&D function. Pressing the right button, I enable the Do Not Disturb function. As before, on the reader outside my room, immediately the light that shows for the housekeeper that the D&D function has been enabled is turned on. Eelectron access control devices can manage up to 7 different profiles for each card. This means that we can have profile for guest, profile for housekeeper, profile for the maintenance guy, profile for the administrator of the system, and so on. Let's see how we can encode a card for the guest. So we have to press the button, approach the card to the card encoder, wait a little bit, and immediately the card has been encoded. On the right side, you can see the details of the card. We wait the form to disappear just to show you that putting another card shows the details of our service card. In our portfolio are also present other accessories for the access control. Here we have a wearable and a key holder. These devices can be encoded in the same way as we encoded the cards. What happens when we use different cards? We have seen that putting the guest card into the holder, all the services of the room are enabled. And, for example, the thermostat will move from standby to comfort mode. Something different happens if we use a service card. We are still able to open the door, enter in the room, but when we put the service card into the holder, only a subset of functions of the room are turned on, and the thermostat will be not moved to comfort mode. Cards can be also defined according time slot of the day and days of the week. The access control devices complete the range of 9025 devices. We have equipped the demo case with other devices that belongs to the 9025 range. On the right, we have the thermostat, that I remember you is a capacitive thermostat, capable also to report humidity status of the room. In the center, our capacitive keypad that can have up to 10 sensible area or switches. And on the left, the door panel. The door panel is used when a third-party system for the door lock has been installed. So we have no our access control system, but we want also to report some information outside the room. First of all, the room number, some information about Make Up Room request made by the guest, or Do Not Disturb function, again made by the guest. Here we can see the RGB bar used to emphasize the D&D function with a red light or with a green light to show the Make Up Room request. When we talk about the door panel, we are used to talk about the virtual holder function. The virtual holder function today is available in all the devices that belongs to the 9025 range. But in particular, we can say that we have a multi-sensor presence detector that can be used for the virtual holder function. Due to the capability of KNX bus, we can achieve different things using our keypad. For example, pressing the right button, we can enable all the lights in the room, and pressing other button, we can stop and shut down some lights and then shut down all the others.
Thank you for your attention, and now move to the next one. This slide we will show the virtual holder function. So in the unlikely event the end customer prefer to not use our access control but would like to use the third-party door system access control, we can anyway provide a solution. On the left side, you can see something that is very similar to a transponder reader, an access control reader, but this is the door panel. The same design, same features in terms of customer visibility, but is not capable to read an RFID card. In this case, this device will be used just to inform outside the room the housekeeper, for example, that the D&D function has been enabled or the makeup room has been requested. But anyway, we have to complete the installation of the room with some devices. So we can have a room controller inside the room. We can have some actuator for lights and to manage the shutter, for example. And we can have also our presence detector. That, in this case, become the most important part for the virtual holder function. The virtual holder function is available in all the devices, but we assume that will be enabled on the presence detector. So with the virtual holder function, we can understand if someone is in the room, because here we have the card holder to enable the services of the room. So we have to understand if someone is inside to keep all the services on. This is the main function of the virtual holder function. What is required is a door contact, at least one presence detector, and let me say this is the basic for the virtual holder function. So we have talked about KNX-based devices to manage the room. So we can manage the presence, HVAC, lights. We can manage the room services, so the status of the room, and so on. All these devices are based on KNX. This means that all the information and the commands can be transferred to the building management systems. This is the idea of interoperability between devices and BMS. So the BMS will be capable to grab all the information in real time from devices and to send commands. But what happens if we need the access control? We need to add one part of the system, and the part is the eSuite software, our guest room management software. I want to point out that anyway, the two systems can work together, but can also be considered as independent systems. One for the building management system and the other for the asset control and room management. And remember that eSuite is capable to be connected to property management system. We will spend some words later. So to drive the access control devices, we provide a software. The software is called eSuite. It has been mainly designed to manage the access control, so means create a card, give rights to the card, create different cards according to the profile of the owner of the card, if it's a guest or a hotel manager or a housekeeper, and so on. The software is also capable to visualize the status of the room and to take control of the room. So you can remotely change set point or check the status of a light. One important part of the system is the capability to be connected with PMS. PMS software are property management software that are the core of the hotel management. And we can communicate to this software. Today, the cybersecurity is a very important topic into the hotel. And with our solution, we want to make you confident that we can manage different networks inside the hotel. Basically, one will be the network for the operational function, like the room automation, access control, and so on. And the second one will be the business network to be able to connect our system to PMS and other systems already installed in the hotel. What means for eSuite to be connected to a PMS? It means that eSuite becomes the key service for the PMS. The PMS is the collector, is the hub for all the services of the hotel, EPTV or telephone services and all the other services that the guest can use inside the hotel. But at the end, the PMS make a request to eSuite to encode a card for a guest. So we manage the key services into the hotel. Today we are compatible with many of the major players in terms of PMS for the hotels. So for an hotel, the architect has to be a 24/7 architecture because the system has to work every day and has to be reliable for the hotel manager and has to be comfortable for the guest. So this slide wants to recap all the function that we can provide for the hotel. KNX based for all the devices, connected to a BMS, to a building management system, connect to other system, and at the end on the right part, connected to the guest door access control. And now let me give the floor to Dario to say our reference worldwide. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Paolo. Very interesting and amazing presentation. So the pillars of our webinars refer to integration, security, customization, and of course the new KNX access control system. Now, for promoting our reputation with the stakeholders, we can present here our book of, this is a part of our book of relevant references that is in constant development, which count more than 750 hotels, as we said already, and more than 36,000 installed rooms worldwide. As you can see here, there is a mix of hotel chains and privately owned hotels in various geographies. In all cases, we provide the solution according to the customer needs and specifications requirements. We guarantee the expected level of performance thanks to our professional integrators, constantly trained and supported by us. We do also include the student houses in our experiences, and we see more new constructions to come. For example, deep renovations for hotels or apartments in mixed-use buildings projects. Concerning guest and hotel staff increased focus, we have to say that the guests are starting to consider as normal a proper running room automation, while new criteria will be included in the experience evaluation. This is a key fact to consider, both for evolving guest experience as well as for the tools in the digital hands of the hotel managers. Healthier hotels and sustainability will require reliable products and adaptable solutions, in addition to ways to make awareness very intuitive to the guests. To get this, a real-time solution is needed to be early designed in order to get the highest flexibility to optimize implementation costs. I'm asking now to our product specialist, Andrea Pontoglio, to give an insight of some examples, including a live demo for real-time dashboarding. Thanks, Andrea.
Good morning to everybody, and thank you to Paolo and Dario for the moment, for the presentation that you give us. And Today, I want to remember you, first of all, one thing regarding our new multi-sensor in the space version. Starting from the probes that you can find on this product, so you can measure the temperature, humidity with only one product. So you can find the embedded probe inside the presence detector. In addition, as said by Paolo at the beginning of this webinar, new plug-in sensor can be wired to the space sensor to increase the probes that this device can use, such as the VOC probe and the CO2. The space venture differentiates from the multi-sensor by two software functions, the utilization function and the occupancy function. The utilization function gives us the opportunity to understand a percentage of a period of time of use of the room. For example, if we install this device in a training room and we set a period of time of 1 hour, so a timeout of 1 hour, we can have a percentage of the use of this room. This means that if I stay here in this room for 30 minutes, the percentage after 1 hour is 50%. The occupancy function gives us the number of activities under one presence detector. This means that we can understand how many times the detector sees someone, always in a period of time. Thanks to these two data, we can have more data in the Kinect system and take them with our web server Horizon. And later we will see how to implement also in a dashboard. Another sensor that we have in our presence detector is the sound sensor. The sound sensor that is not a microphone is because we never register what the sensor here in the room, but we use this sensor just to understand the decibel level inside a certain room. Thanks to this data, we can have a report of the noise of a room. In addition, we can keep the presence inside the room thanks to this sound sensor. This means that the presence trigger the presence detector, and it will turn on the light, turn on the HVAC system, and so on. And also, if the sensor doesn't see anyone, the sound sensor will keep the presence inside the room. Another version is under developing by now, and is a space sensor with a BLE beacon inside. This BLE beacon is a BLE antenna, very useful to integrate third-party software for indoor positioning and wayfinding. The good point about have the BLE beacon antenna inside the presence detector is that the presence detector itself is powered by the Kinect system, and then BLE antenna will be powered by the Kinect. This means that we have no battery inside the device, and we have no maintenance to do on this sensor. In addition, as you already know, in our portfolio, we add new devices that give us the opportunity to have more data in our Kinect system, such as we said, VOC, CO2, humidity, sound level, and so on. We can collect all this data in our web server, have a graph of the values, and have also dashboard. Thanks to this data and RGB bar present in our devices, such as 9025 and 3025, we can give a quick feedback to the end user that is inside the room about a certain level of some measurement. For example, we can give the CO2 level to the 9025 RGB bar and have 3 different colors that can be red, orange, and green. In this way, if I see the green color on the RGB bar, means that the CO2 level is okay. If it's orange, means that the UTA system is taking care about it. Red color means that the CO2 level is too high and something must be done to resolve this issue. As we said, we can collect all this information, all this data in our Horizon web server. And thanks to the cloud, we can store them and perform dashboarding. In addition, very easily, thanks to the skill about Amazon Alexa and Google Home voice assistants, you can easily integrate your KNX system with a voice assistance. In addition, we are also compatible with IFTTT. So if you need to perform custom function, custom logics with IFTTT, you can use our web server without any problem. I want to spend a few words regarding the skill of Amazon Alexa and Google Home, since you have just to enable them in your Alexa or Google Home account and just perform the login with the same login that you performed in Horizon Cloud. After that, a simple object sync, so you have just to press one button, will perform a synchronization between Horizon and the cloud. And in this way, Alexa and Google Home will know how to interact with your KNX system. As we said, all the data can be collected on Horizon. A little summary on Horizon. We have this web server that is a KNX module with a dedicated IP port that bring all your data on the IP level. In this way, thanks to a browser or a mobile application, you can have a local and remote control of your system. Also, the configuration of the web server is made directly with a browser, so you don't need any external software to integrate with it. I want to remember you that you can perform the different events and different functions on it, such as a wiki calendar, custom graphics, so you can put your background image as a picture of the building and move object on it. You can also customize the scenario and schedule them. And you can also give the opportunity to the end user to create by themselves scenarios and timers. In this way, you don't have to go every time to the building to modify scenarios or timer. Of course, you can also decide to block and lock this scenario and timer. In this way, only the system integrator can modify them. Today, we saw our access control system based in KNX for the 2021. But I want to remember you that Horizon give us the opportunity to enable also the virtual badge. Virtual badge is a software function that permits us to remove the reader or the access control system or go in parallel with the actual access control system. Thanks to this software function, we can give the opportunity to send a simple email after the check-in to the guest. The guest has to download our virtual badge app that you can find already on Play Services and iOS Store, import the profile of the guest, and access the door using the mobile app. A dedicated PIN is sent to the via email. This means that for each user, we have a dedicated PIN. Not only the room is managed with the virtual badge, but also common areas can be managed with it. In addition, bring your own device function is enabled with the virtual badge. This means that we can give the opportunity to the end user to control locally or remote and remote. So you can decide if you want to give this opportunity, the hotel room or the B&B room or the rented house that you have with the virtual badge. As we said, Horizon gives us also the opportunity to enable dashboard. Dashboard is a cloud-based dashboarding system where one or more Horizon push on the cloud data from the KNX system, and thanks to the dashboard, we can represent them with graphics, indicator, table, and so on. So now I want to show you a live demo of the dashboard. As in this case, you have a very simple hotel with 3 rooms where we can see, for example, all the data on the reception. So we can have data of occupancy, activity, and temperature. Now just a second that all the data is loading in our dashboard. Or we can have the averages values of the entire building. As we can see, we have the average temperature of the average values of temperature, humidity. In this hotel, we also installed the new spaces present detector. This means that we have the opportunity to have the average occupancy and average activities of the entire hotel. We can have also data as average CO2 level. As in this case, the CO2 level is low, so the box is green. Otherwise, this can also change color. In addition, as I said at the beginning, Horizon can be used, dashboard can be used with different Horizons web server. This means that we can use also different Horizon installed in different building, or in this case, different hotel. So if I'm proposing Horizon and the dashboarding to a hotel chain, I can go in the hotel chain and have a quick recap of how is the status of my hotel. In this case, we create a wellness indicator that gives us a percentage of the wellness inside the hotels. In this case, my hotel 1 has only 84.5% of wellness. Means that I can go inside it and check what is happening. How to configure the dashboard is very, very simple. So you have just to enter in edit mode. As you can see, you have a list of tiles that you can, where you can add new button or link, as in this case. By pressing plus, you can select if you want to see a graph, a device, an indicator, a table, or a link. And if I press indicator, once I select to add a new series of values, I can select my web server. In this case, I want to use the one placed in the Eelectron headquarters, and select the values. So very easily, we can import data in the dashboard and visualize them with a graphics, indicator, or tables. For example, last thing that I want to give you as information, as you can see now, we have a graphics here. This is made by graphic designer. So if you spend time to create also a good looking icons and let's say visualization for the guest or for the hotel manager, better will be the result also about the dashboard. Okay, now I'll bring back the talk to the Dario. Thank you for your attention, and we will see later during the Q&A session. Thank you.
Thanks, Andrea. Dashboards are really impressive. Now I want to move on to another important topic that are our services. Eelectron strives to achieve an optimized level of cooperation with our professional partners, supporting all the management phases leading to the delivery of the automation systems, from the early engagement to the site or virtual site training, from the analysis of the project specifications to the post-sale service and multilingual specialized technical support. Thank you. Hospitality is a project for multiple rooms. We all know that the generation of the mock-up room is a fundamental step to present the system at its best and influence the stakeholders. Supported by decades of experience, Eelectron devised a dedicated support that starts from interior design customization, priority services for delivery on time, special support from programming and operation, and engineering consultancy, aimed to guarantee interoperability with all the building systems, with all the buildings involved in the system. With all the systems involved in the building. I strongly recommend to contact your Eelectron representative to explore our dedicated services. Let's now turn on the hospitality as a project in a building. As a result of the superior technology and interoperability offered by the Connect standard, along with our overall experience in building automation. Sorry, can you go back again? Yes. To sum up what we previously said, Eelectron expands the services, guarantee the connectivity with other ELV systems and service taking part in the automation of the buildings. Similarly to what we offer for the sample rooms, we're able to enhance the experience providing personal customization, connectivity, and advanced technical support and training. Thank you. To sum up, our commitment on modern hotel and guest room project, starting from hotel design, early support with customizable design, support from room operational procedures, guest room management system, scalable architecture, and other system connectivity support. And of course, the mock-up room assistance. Hotel as a smart building. Here we talk about the energy saving and sustainability, room quality, services indicators, interoperability with the building management systems, guest room management system, online architecture, connectivity to door lock, property management system, and all the third-party ELV systems. All of that to provide a memorable guest experience. For example, with the lighting sublight scenarios, comfort control, assistance from the reception desk, easy check-in and check-out operations, and access to the room, up to the room services and smart and mobile applications. Okay, finally, as usual in these webinars, we like to provide the release. In this case, the release to ship date for the new items taking a part of the hospitality devotion. An important note on the eSuite server is that any new eSuite delivered from the 30th of May 2021 will be able to connect with the new presented solutions. In case you have an existing installed solution, the new readers can be installed as an extension on site and can be connected to the existing eSuite. We strongly suggest from now on to plan the extension and renovation with the new presented solution compared to the current Synchronicity set of products. Of course, Synchronicity solution will remain available for spare parts and maintenance issues. So keep in mind the release to ship May, the 30th of May of 2021. We are ready to support you in case you need us for any quotation or estimation since now, starting from now. Thank you. Here we have to highlight the technical sense documentation, the online and hard copies of the catalogs, product catalog, technical catalog, products and market solution that are very important when you are doing the presentation to our clients. Marketing boxes, demo case, the same demo case you have seen operated by Paolo before is available. And this is a fundamental tool for supporting the all the negotiation phase as well as the training phase. And we are also able to offer the sample kit for a lab test or quick showroom setup in Kennex and also with our Bluetooth low energy Otomo system. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter to keep you always updated with our marketing activities. For example, the webinars, training courses on products, stay connected. Don't forget the next webinar that will be released in the 4th of May with new interesting innovations. Stay tuned. The journey has just started. Follow us on our social networks, and again, sign you up, please, on the our newsletter. We are really at the end of this seminar. you have the possibility for the new clients, for those of you that never had the possibility to talk to any of a member of our team, that you have the chance to have a one-to-one call through our meeting scheduler. You just need to book it using the link below or scanning this QR code to optimize the process of approaching our team. Okay, thanks. We are really at the end of the seminar. I would like to open the Q&A session. And the end of that, you will receive a very quick survey that we kindly ask you to complete. On behalf of Eelectron team, a big thank you for your attention and time spent with us today. Thank you again. Have a great day, and looking forward to see you in the next seminars. Thank you.
Thank you, Dario, for your presentation. Now we start to read the questions that we received on the chat today. So, starting from the first question is if can we integrate with the guest room locks, for example, Vinca, as they have wall-mounted RFID readers can be installed behind our panel. Paolo?
Yes, I think that it's possible. It's just a matter of hardware. So you have to check if there is enough space in the hidden wall box to install both devices. Remember that when we talk with door locks, 30-power door lock system, the device that we are going to install is a door panel, is not an RFID device. So I can assume that there's no interferences between the two devices. And it is also a good occasion to talk about door lock system, 30-power lock system like Vanguard, to say that we are interfaced with these kind of systems. And so we can grab some information from them. Thanks. Okay, another question is if the NFC is supported to our access control system and if can be used from the guest smartphone, and if the door opening relay is included in the door reader. So regarding the NFC, actually is not supported on our access control system, but I suggest you to be subscribed in our newsletter. In this way, if a new update regarding this function are available, we'll for sure inform you with the newsletter. Regarding the relay on the device, unfortunately is not present. This because the device on the back of it has the KNX connector and the auxiliary power supply. There are no other input or output. For this reason, we suggest you to mount a DIN rail actuator, for example, the F series,